Hi everyone, Clive Adams back again for another special Zoom catch-up for National Careers Week. Bowls Australia and the AIS have teamed up to talk careers with some of our wonderful Australian Jackaroos squad. And today I am joined by one of the young stars of Australian bowls, and it's Jess Noronha. G'day Jesse, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. Yourself, how you going?
Yeah, going great, mate. It's National Careers Week, and look, let's start the conversation with what you do for a living and the path that you followed to get yourself there.
Yeah, I started a career in carpentry when I was at a rural bowling club. I did my carpentry apprenticeship through them, and now at the moment I'm working for a company called High Tech Steel Framing, putting up steel framed houses, and got a leading hand roll 2 weeks ago. So it's been pretty exciting.
All right, was that something you'd always looked at wanting to do? You're a hands-on sort of guy.
Yeah, I like to be pretty hands-on. I like to build things. I've always had a pretty big interest in the building sector of like housing and all that. So it's been pretty exciting actually getting on the tools again, full on. So yeah, no, it's great.
All right. So look, you've obviously been at the top of bowls for a few years now, and working your way through, and the challenges of elite sport in terms of finding the time to do everything. So obviously you've got to be practicing and you've got to be available for competitions and so forth. But then there's making a living as well. How do you go about managing all of that?
Yeah, well, obviously just over a year ago I had my first child, so there's another factor we've had to bring into the situation, just family life, house, trying to pay off the house. So yeah, you've just got to weigh up all the options. It's not all about bowls. You've still got to find a balance with life outside of bowls. It's just been good to try and find a bit of a balance. I've had to obviously change career out of a rural bowling club and move on to doing what I'm doing now, the steel framed houses. It's been pretty exciting to try and just find the time and do time management. But yeah, it's obviously a challenge, but it's something you just have to overcome.
Have you been someone that's always been good at planning? Because I imagine it takes a bit of planning. Is that something you've had to sort of get your head around, how to get a bit of planning sorted out?
Yeah, well, you've always obviously got to try and keep on top of things so you don't get stuck last minute. I've always tried to stay ahead of the curve, just make sure things are right. And yeah, once I get stuck into it, you just got to just plan ahead, and just make sure you don't miss things.
What about the trade-offs? What about the sacrifices and so forth that you make? So obviously there's work, there's bowls, and there's the things in between that sometimes miss out, or things that you've got to work through. How do you go about that?
Yeah, obviously it's pretty hard with a young family. You've obviously got to sacrifice time with them to make time for your bowls career, and obviously money is a factor as well. You've got to make sure you earn a living to keep a roof over your head. So it's a tough challenge trying to get the balance right. But yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just something you've got to try and work through and manage.
Is that the little one we can hear in the background?
Yeah, he's going to be grumpy once he's food. So.
That's all good. Hey, who do you turn to when you need some help in making some of those decisions? Perhaps, and what events you might play in, what you might forego because of work or so forth. Who's your go-to?
The go-to is probably Gary Willis, the new Aussie coach. He's great to talk to about things like that, and he's just obviously it makes it easier to make a decision on what you need to play and what you sort of can sacrifice playing in for obviously work purposes and family purposes as well. So no, he's very handy in that situation.
I'm always interested to know the skills that you think cross over between sport and work and I guess everyday life as well. Those of us that have been involved in the sport since we were young have learnt a lot on the green that we take into everyday life. Tell us about some of those things, do you think?
Yeah, obviously you've got your teamwork. Teamwork is a big factor when it comes to work and bowls balance. You've obviously got your respect for your elders, just respect in general as well, and it's great just to be a part of a sport like this where you can learn things on and off the green. It's just good to be a part of.
And I suppose the drive to succeed as well comes across on the green. It's so natural, but it must come through in work life as well. You just want to do things well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, I'm sort of a stickler for trying to do things perfectly at work. Yeah, the boys sort of hate it because I just want things just to be right the first time, so you don't have to come back and try and fix it. But yeah, that's sort of same in bowl. You just try and do your best, and if you do things right, things come good in the end. So
Yeah, are you a goal setter? Do you set goals in not only in bowls but in everyday life?
yeah, obviously goals is a big part of life, and obviously the big goal in bowls is to play in Commonwealth Games. It's something I've always wanted to do, and something I'm obviously going to strive to do in the future. In life, obviously, it's to have a family and have a nice house over your head. We've obviously got plans to do renovations to our place, so yeah, that's obviously one of our goals to turn our house into our dream home. So no, it's just it's good to have goals, and I've always set goals myself. So.
I'm sure plenty can relate to that. Give us your advice to someone that's, someone that's young, that's making their way through it in any sport. Doesn't even have to be bowls. In any sport, they're coming through and they're finding that they're pretty good, and they've got the opportunities to succeed, but they also want to make sure that their future is secure. What would be your advice to someone in that position?
Yeah, just work hard. Really, work hard. Obviously, you got to make a few sacrifices along the way, but yeah, just don't leave yourself in the ditch, just only concentrating on bowls. You've got to find that balance between work and bowls, and yeah, just think of the long picture, the big picture in the long run. So yeah, that's just probably my advice. Yeah, just find something you love to do outside of your sport, and yeah, find something you can do to make a living as well. So.
Fantastic, mate. Well, look, it's been fantastic to catch up with you, and all the best for on and off the green. Sounds like you've got a busy little time there, so all the best for everything moving forward, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Thanks for the catch up. Have a good one.
All right, there you have it. That has been Jess Noronha there for Bowls Australia and the AIS, helping shape our athletes' future beyond the bowling green. We will catch you next time.